Like and subscribe now, or you're gonna have bad luck this week.
While some form of defense is essential for safety, some animals take it a step further with extreme aggression and highly potent venom, from poisonous frogs and octopuses that can kill in minutes to giant animals that will attack and eat anything. Here are 10 animals you should run away from at the very first sight. Number 10. The golden poison frog. This frog goes by many names: the golden dart frog, and golden poison arrow frog. They are native to coastal Colombia and are usually small with brightly colored skins, so it's very easy to spot them. The golden poison frog's common name is a reference to the yellow color of this species. Colorful as the skin might be, don't make the mistake of touching it. The frog's defensive poison is stored here. The skin's entire surface is covered by an alkaloid toxin that is fatal to any animal unfortunate enough to try ingesting this frog. The toxin affects the ability of the nerves to transmit impulses, which leaves the muscles in a contracted state. This can cause heart failure and eventually death, even in humans. The poison can hang on the skin for years, even when the frog isn't ingesting food that directly aids in its synthesis. But just how lethal is this poison? It's probably one of the most dangerous toxins around, albeit rare. Averagely, the alkaloid toxin can kill about 10,000 mice or between 10 and 20 humans. And that's just a milligram of poison. For a gram, you'll be looking at about 15,000 human deaths. Scared you should, however, this is just the start. Number 9. Blue-ringed octopus. This small, colorful octopus can really throw a wrench into your beach trip. Although it only measures 4 to 6 inches, the blue-ringed octopus is among the most venomous creatures found in the Earth's oceans. Its range includes the eastern Indian Ocean and as far north as Japan and the western Pacific Ocean. At first glance, the blue-ringed octopus seems completely harmless. It's vibrantly colored, smaller than a candy bar, and doesn't look like it could hurt a fly. But in reality, according to ocean scientists, this 3 inches long sea creature has venom 1,000 times more powerful than cyanide. And at any given time, it's carrying enough to kill 26 humans in just minutes. Yes, you heard that right. The venom will paralyze you until you stop breathing. So stay far, far away if you see one of these. Number 8. Inland tapir. At number 8, we have this beautiful monster, also known as the fierce snake. The inland tapir is known for its dark tan color, which ranges from a rich, dark hue to a brownish light green, depending on the season. Although it is extremely venomous, they are usually shy and prefer to escape trouble. Their shyness, however, should not be mistaken for docility, as they will definitely defend themselves and attack if they are provoked, mishandled, and cornered. A bite from the inland tapir often causes paralysis of the victim's nervous system and clots the blood. Symptoms also include difficulty breathing, internal and external bleeding, and muscular paralysis and damage. Number 7. Deer. You wouldn't think it, but deer are actually quite dangerous creatures. In fact, the yearly worldwide average of deer-related fatalities is at least 300 people. But how come these normally docile creatures be the cause of so many deaths? Well, deer have horns, and you might think that these would be the main cause of human fatalities. But that's very wrong. Yes, admittedly, there have been recorded cases of fatal deer horn impalement, but that's rare and far between. The latest one being a man in Arkansas who was gored to death by a deer he shot and thought was already dead only in October of this year. With that said, the vast majority of deer-related fatalities happen when deer cross the road, usually at dusk or at dawn. Couple that with a sleepy driver, then we have a definite recipe for disaster. In the US alone, over 150 cases are reported each year of people running over deer on the highway, with very tragic results. Number 6. Amazonian giant centipede. Next up, we have another South American native that you'd rather not even see, let alone come in contact with. While it's known mainly in relation to the Amazon rainforest, its natural range extends to both subtropical rainforest and tropical dry forests. Regardless, its numerous legs and larger than normal size is the stuff of nightmares, especially if you bumped into the centipede deep in the Amazon. At a length of up to 30 centimeters, the Amazonian giant centipede is one of the largest centipedes on the planet, aside from inducing chills by its mere sight. The size affords this big guy a wide array of diets which would have been impossible with a smaller size. So, on top of feeding on other invertebrates like spiders, insects, and millipedes, it has been known to attack vertebrates as well. It's not unusual to find the giant centipedes feeding on frogs, lizards, birds, and even snakes. Aside from the size, hunting for Amazonian giant centipedes is also aided by their venom, which can be just as fatal to human beings. So far, there is one recorded death from the centipede's venom. It occurred in Venezuela back in 2014 when a 4-year-old was bitten by one of these big crawly creatures. Number 5. The Cape Buffalo. So far, we've met animals that are pretty easy to run away from. This next one, not so much. The Cape Buffalo is renowned for being a very dangerous animal. So dangerous, in fact, that the locals' nickname for them is Black Death. They are responsible for the greatest number of fatal animal attacks on humans in Africa. When it feels that it is being threatened, or even if you disturb it just a bit, a Cape Buffalo would attack anything, even large predators like lions. A mature Cape Buffalo stands 6 feet in height and can weigh close to a ton. The most noticeable feature in the primary weapon of Cape Buffaloes are their large, thick horns. When a member of the herd or a calf being disturbed, they would charge with their massive horns. Attack from such a large animal like Cape Buffalo could result in severe injuries or even death. Number 4. Bullet ants. The next animal on our list is an ant. Yes, we know how that sounds. They are tiny and practically harmless, right? No. Have you ever been stung by a bee? Painful to say the least, but experts say the sting of a bullet ant is 30 times more painful. Some people even describe this pain as similar to being shot with a bullet, hence the name. The pain is so unbearable that it could render you incapacitated, woozy, and just downright not okay. This ant is also called the 24-hour ant because this pain can last for an entire day. Talk about leaving a mark. One thing about ants is that they don't like to be bothered, but who does? Ants will attack anyone that invades or threatens their space. They will crawl over you and sting you several times before you even notice them. So, if you see a group of hardworking ants near you, just let them be because they are deadly little devils you don't want to mess with. Number 3. Komodo dragon. The name dragon should be more than enough to instill fear in a person. Add that to the fact that this creature will eat absolutely anything. It is a lethal combination. Professionals say that these animals in the wild would not hesitate to kill and then feed on a human. Their bite also contains a strain of bacteria that is extremely dangerous to both animals and humans. These creatures are incredible hunters and have a tendency to wait for their prey to approach. Their most fascinating feature is that they can literally eat 80% of their weight in just one sitting, meaning it's an aggressive eater. That is 120 pounds in a single meal. Originally from Australia, they can be commonly found in Indonesia. Komodo dragons love to fight each other, but when desperately hungry, they can even feast on humans, so it's best to stay away from these wannabe dinosaurs. Number 2. Hippopotamus. The Greeks named these gigantic creatures as river horses, but graceful swimming is about the only thing they have in common with horses. They mostly hide underwater with just their protruding nostrils and eyes visible above water. These deceivingly gentle water giants are straight up dangerous, though they are widely known to attack more humans than any other African animal out there, and most times without any warning. Looking at how they can match a human's speed on land for a shorter distance, chances are that if one of these beasts sets its sights on you, you're dead meat. During cooler nights, you can spot them on the riverbanks, and when you do, make sure you keep your distance. Hippos are most commonly found in eastern Africa in countries such as Tanzania and Mozambique, and visitors can view them from a safe distance in a safari car. Just know that hippos have been known to attack without warning and have obliterated entire trucks in order to get their point across. Number 1. The cone snail. The cone snail has been a favorite among shell collectors for centuries, but don't be fooled by its pretty appearance. These snails are killers, armed with tiny harpoons formed from modified teeth. These critters can fire a hollow barb loaded with deadly neurotoxins in any direction. The harpoon of some of the larger species of cone snail is big and powerful enough to not only penetrate human skin but gloves or wetsuits too. A single drop of the cone snail's venom is said to be sufficient to kill 20 men, making making it one of the most venomous creatures on Earth. Known as kenotoxins, the poison can be highly specific, affecting only certain types of nerves. Whilst this may be of medical interest, the stings generally cause intense, localized pain with the life-threatening symptoms sometimes taking several days to present. On the other hand, rapid paralysis of the respiratory system and death can occur shortly after the sting. In fact, one species of cone snail is known locally as the cigarette snail on account of there being just enough time to smoke one before you, well, kick the bucket. The good news is, they're snails, so it's pretty much easy just to walk away from these guys. Have you ever come across any of these animals? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel for more content regularly. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.